Oh, meeting is now streaming on Facebook. We're live.
We're live. Wonderful.
Hello, Get Back to Fit Over 50 family. I am here with Kristi, meditation expert. Say hi, Kristi.
Hello, everybody.
I really hope this ends up working and everybody gets a chance to see this because this is fabulous. I'm really excited that you're here today.
I'm so excited to be here. It's a beautiful day where I am. Like the sun is shining. It's just a beautiful winter day. So, it's great to spend some time with you, Alicia.
Yeah, I think you were saying that you were somewhere secluded right now with the husband in a different room. Where are you?
I am in Maine in Rangeley, Maine, to be specific. It's a vacation home we have, and we ended up, we were planning to come back to Toronto in February, but we decided to stay here and plan to come back in a couple of weeks.
Well, it's so much more isolated up there, right? So you're
very isolated, and you'll enjoy this. I've just made a snowshoe running track around the property.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, that sounds like good activity, good exercise.
Oh my gosh, it is unbelievable.
We're all going to have to go up there once lockdown is done.
Absolutely. But it's like running in sand. I mean, it is a workout.
I would think so. Oh my gosh. Even without with the snowshoes even more, right? Because they're
Yes.
Gosh. Okay. Well, everybody, we are here today because Kristi is going to, even though we're very hyper, I just had a coffee. We're going to talk about how to create calm in under 5 minutes. Kristi is a meditation expert. I actually met her when we were at a retreat for retreats, to put on retreats in St. Lucia, which was amazing.
Yes.
And Kristi actually is the first one that got me to meditate. Do you remember that? I was like, I don't know what's happening here. She was like, just try it. Remember that? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but it was what I loved about that retreat for retreat leaders was everybody had these different modalities, right? So I was there for meditation, and then there was someone there for fascia, and you were doing some workouts. It was great. It was really nice.
Much fun. And I just love moments like that. Just we all get to connect together, and I'm so glad that you get to bring your experience to the group, because I think Get Back to Fit Over 50, all of you are just going to absolutely love Kristi's take on how to create calm in 5 minutes or under 5 minutes, right?
Yes. And it's people, our logical mind is always like, oh, I can't do anything in 5 minutes. It's got to be longer. I can't switch how I'm feeling, what I'm doing in 5 minutes. And I'm here to say you can change your energy very quickly.
Oh, and I'm so excited. So tell people a little bit about who you are so that they can get to know you.
Yes, love to. So I started out, many years ago in corporate. I was a CPA. I was not familiar with anything, related to meditation. And, this is quite a few years ago, right? Over 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And yoga was exotic back then. So I was just...
Now it's like the mainstream.
Now it's like you find a yoga place everywhere, right? But back then it was like yoga. I don't know, And I ended up quitting my corporate job because it's like I had everything. I had everything that you kind of do the check marks on, right? It's like I was moving up quickly in my job. I was getting paid a lot of money. I had 2 kids, a great husband, but it was just like something was not satisfied. And I needed to go on kind of a quest to figure out what that was. And as part of that, I just I was reading this book on creativity, and it said, sit quietly for 5 minutes. And so part of me was like, well, that's easy. I could do that, and I'm going to do that. And the other part, when I started to do it, I was like, oh my gosh, I should be doing the dishes. I should be making coffee. I should be making this phone call. It's like, as a type A person, it was so hard.
Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that, because when you were teaching how to meditate when we were in St. Lucia, I remember interrupting you every 5 seconds with questions. I was like, I can't make my mind go blank. So is that okay? You're like, yeah, just sit with it. You're like, I kept on but you're so patient with me about it. But that was I was like, this is very difficult. It was very hard.
Yes. And that is a huge stumbling block for people because they have these thoughts that are racing in their mind, right? And so they think, oh, if I can't stop them, then I can't meditate. And I feel blessed because I was doing this, 20 plus years ago, and I didn't even know I was meditating. It was like I was just sitting quietly. And so I was just letting thoughts come and go and, just being part of the experience. And after a while, it was like I started to kind of crave it. It was like, I can't leave my house before I sit for my 5 minutes, but I didn't know it was meditation. Like nobody told me that. And now, everybody's talking about meditation. Everybody has these preconceived notions about it.
So what did it do for you? Like as for because you were talking about feeling empty before and
yes, unfulfilled. Yeah. So what it ended up doing was I feel like opening up to experiences that I wouldn't have done before and to noticing things and being open to taking some classes that I never would have taken, like as a CPA. It would have been like, oh, that's just a silly class. I'm not going to take that. And really, I hate to say this word because it sounds very cliche, but finding my purpose, because it's always like people are throwing that out all the time, but it really did help me down this path of, where I've now created my Paravita, which is.
We're having some technical difficulties with Kristi here.
Okay, just so I could. Oh no,
not again. This is when you're going to have to teach us how to create calm without any internet going on back and forth with the internet issues. Gosh, okay, we're back. I see you.
Am I back?
You are.
Oh, good. All right. So, okay, I don't know, where did I?
Oh, you froze again. Oh gosh. This is one of those times. See, we can create calm in this moment.
There we go.
Oh, there, we're on.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't see anything. So you can see it on your end. That's awesome.
We're live back again with Okay. But we were just saying when we were offline, when Kristi was getting back online again, we were just saying we did this on purpose to create a stressful moment so that
we could try out some techniques.
Exactly. So we're going to get right into it with how to create calm in 5 minutes.
Yes.
So tell me how to create calm in under 5 minutes.
So here is a number one technique, which I actually, I know all this stuff. I teach this stuff, but then sometimes, it's the cobbler's children. You have the worst shoes, you forget about it. But a year ago, when the pandemic hit, I was like, oh my gosh, I saw a virus on every doorknob. I mean, I was like, for a week, my kids live in New York. New York was blowing up with the virus. I was like, kind of, just totally stressed out. And then suddenly I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to start taking 3 deep breaths during the day. Like that's all I need to do. And so I started doing that. I would feel myself getting on edge, and then I'd be like, okay, stop. And just take a really deep breath in, and then making sure your shoulders stay relaxed, and then a deep breath out. So you want to try that right now?
Oh, I just did. Okay, I'll do it again.
So taking 3 of those. So just take a minute to just see how you feel right now. You're probably a little anxious because we have been having technical difficulties, but check in. We're so up here. We don't really feel our bodies so much, right?
Mm-hmm. So
just doing a check-in, checking in how you feel. Like I'm feeling some tightness in my chest right here. I usually get tense here.
I do. You know what I've noticed lately, actually? I'm so glad we're doing this because I've been clenching my teeth at night.
Yeah.
And so I'll wake up with a sore jaw.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you, I guess you can't do this breathing technique while you're asleep. This would not be possible.
No, but you know what? It carries forward, right? So I wouldn't not say that it won't help you with your sleep. So anyway, so just to have a soft gaze down and just take a couple deep breaths.
I have to admit, you said this before, but it is hard to do, to just quiet down.
Yeah.
And I notice it really helps to have the eyes down. As
Yes.
you're,
Yes.
how does that change the focus of your, how does that relieve stress by looking away or looking down?
Well, it's either having a soft gaze down and that's kind of if you've meditated a lot more, closing the eyes is probably the best when you first start out. So you're not having any stimulus coming in through the eyes.
Mhm.
But now that you've taken a couple deep breaths, do you notice anything?
I do. I actually, it was what you were saying before. There was tightness in my chest, and I feel as though it's calmer, like as if there's less tightness. There's less
Yeah.
tightness in the chest.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like what, a minute? A
Yes.
minute you can change. You can go get out of stress and get into calm. And we all know when we're calm, making better decisions,
Mhm.
thinking things through a little better.
Yeah, because well, many of my clients, they have parents that are ill, or that are their things are coming up all the time so quickly and so suddenly. And
Right.
to be able to do this, like, can you do this breathing technique to calm yourself, no matter, like, if you're very stressed out, can you do that and it just creates calm like that right away?
Well, yes. And I was using it last March, a year ago. And just a couple times during the day, whenever I noticed it starting to come up. But we were also having a little quick chat before we started about parents getting ill, and I was sharing with you that there was a point in time when my in-laws, which we were affectionately calling the outlaws, were resisting, what happens as you get older, having more help. They were firing the help that came in to help them. They wanted to be on their own, but they couldn't be on their own. And you felt so incredibly helpless. And so what I started to do with the deep breaths was also to imagine them in my mind and just sending them beautiful love, sending them white light, healing white light, green loving light, which was all I could do because I couldn't do anything else. They were resisting any help that we were trying to give them. But this was something that was in my power to do. And I felt so much better.
And I think that brings up a good point too, because you're not, I think part of, at least for me, when I feel stressed, a lot of the stress comes with trying to control every situation all the time and there's this bad situation happening. You're trying to figure out in your head, always planning, how can I get this better? What am I doing next? It's like the mind starts racing and the body just totally feels tense with that as well.
Yeah, and that's really what stress is all about. It's like your expectation and what's not happening, right? And there's this, saying that I love. It's said in many different ways, which is you can't control anything, even though we like to think we can, except how we react. That we can control.
Yeah. Well, that first point, that breathing, already helped me.
Yeah.
So what is something else somebody can do or the Get Back to Fit Over 50 family can do?
Yes. So this came to my mind as I was prepping for this, because this happened to me this week, which was something that an email that was supposed to go out and it didn't go out properly. It was like basically a mess. And I woke up that morning and I was like, what? I was so upset. Yeah. And it was like almost, like I couldn't focus on anything else because I was so upset about this thing happening that it didn't go out properly. And then I just said, wait a minute, let me just ask myself questions about this situation. Am I going to remember this in a year?
I love that, because the possibility is no.
Am I, and I'm a type A, can tend to be a perfectionist person, which a lot of us are, right? And it's like, am I going to remember this in a week with this kind of feeling? No. And, it kind of reminds me of that book, right? Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it's all small stuff.
With that. Oh. Do you know what? It's so great that you mentioned that, because where I need to practice that one most is while driving. Like somebody cuts me off and then I swear I'll have a conversation with my husband for 5 minutes. Like, did you see what just happened? I can't believe that stuff. And my husband's like, well, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to remember that happened
Right.
in a year from now, in a few days in a few minutes from now.
Right. In an hour, it's gone, right? You're not going to remember that. So it's a great way to just kind of step back and be, really, what am I so upset about?
Like as if it's really don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. And what is one more way to create calm?
Well, of course, what I'm going to say, because this is so near and dear to my heart, is meditation. Because and I feel like there's so many misconceptions about it. Nobody feels like they could create calm in less than 5 minutes with a meditation. Mm-hmm. And I'm here to say you can.
One thing that really helped me, it was exactly what you said. There's a big myth for me that meditation, you have to clear your mind. Like you can't be thinking of anything. So then in my mind, as I'm not thinking of anything, I'm like, oh, now you're thinking about not thinking about anything. And then the next, or the mind starts to wander and it's like, oh, well, just ruin the meditation. Now I'm thinking about not thinking about meditating. And it just becomes a big,
right.
Like over and over, it becomes more stressful. So
right.
How do you quiet the mind, or do you really need to do that?
Well, there are many ways, and I'm actually going to talk about that next week, but we'll get to that. But one of the ways is what you're talking about is just to accept that we have thought. I mean, thoughts are just part of a meditation. And it's just like, and this is such a great analogy to give to you, when you're lifting weights, right? You're training muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So going quiet, having a thought, releasing that thought, accepting that thought, letting that thought go, just gently going back is building your brain muscle for meditation.
Oh, that made me feel calm just thinking about it.
Does that make sense to you?
It totally does. It really does.
Yeah.
Because right here we do have Jennifer is on with us. She says, hi, Jennifer. I think I found you again. Thank you, Jennifer. Technical difficulties. Did you try breathing to create calm? So do you want to walk us through a meditation, a small under 5 minute meditation?
Oh yeah, we'll make it a minute. How's that? I'm going to set my timer. We're just going to make a minute. So basically anybody who's on the call, and Alicia, I would suggest closing your eyes, because then you get rid of the stimulus. And I'm going to time myself for 1 minute just because I can. So
Jennifer said, no, I panicked. Jennifer, guess what? You can now meditate with us and stop panicking. We're going to create calm. Let's do this.
Okay, here we go. All right. Soft gaze down, or I suggest close your eyes if you don't meditate. And just filling your lungs and then slowly releasing the air in the same amount of time that you inhaled. And then just taking another deep breath in and out and in, and slowly releasing. And just feeling the calmness that's moving through your body, and feel the energy moving from the top of your head, because that's where we have all our energy most of the day, down into our body. And as it moves down, just releasing anything, maybe the chest again, the jaw. And take one last deep breath. Check into how you're feeling. And open your eyes.
I was swaying. I'm standing up, so it is very hard to do this standing up. Wow.
Yeah, but the look on your face is beautiful. It's like, whoa, I'm calm.
It really does make you feel just so centered, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are about to put on a free 1 week Make Meditation a Habit. Is it a work? It's more a seminar, isn't it? Or a workshop?
Well, it's going to be a webinar on Zoom. It's at 7 a.m. because I suggest doing things first thing in the morning. You probably agree with this. Like sometimes if I don't do my workout first thing, it's easy to put off and not do. And just taking a few minutes. So I'm going to be every Monday, I'm going to be live Monday through Friday, sharing tips about meditation, answering any questions that people have while they're, giving a little teeny assignments to do after during the day. And it'll be 5 days and then doing a guided meditation at the end.
That sounds wonderful. So how can the Get Back to Fit Over 50 family sign up with you to get
yes
this free?
So we put the link in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I have it. Oh, I can't actually see what it is from here.
Okay, well, we'll make sure it's in there because I don't think I can go in and put it in at this point, but because I can't see it on Facebook, but we'll put the link in. I'd love to have people joining me. We've already got a great group going, and it's the way to get on the right track to make meditation a habit and to really embrace your day with calm. I mean, that's what it's all about, is helping people embrace their day with calm.
I actually have to drive out somewhere later on today, and I think this really helped with my road rage.
Yes. And that's an important point. So anybody who's done this with us today should think about their day at the end of the day. Like, did it go any differently? Just reflect on it and see what's different.
Oh, I like that. You can tell I'm already calm. Oh no, Jennifer says we are frozen. Hopefully that was just because you're in the meditation part and there's lag on this. And hopefully you can catch up with it as we go through. Kristi, it's been so amazing to have you here today.
Yeah.
What is one takeaway message that you can give to create calm, to create relaxation, and to release stress in your day? One takeaway that everybody needs to know.
I think the biggest takeaway is that our minds tell us, oh no, 5 minutes is, these techniques that I learned, they're not going to make a difference. I don't have time to do them.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Because it's always the next thing. I don't have time. I can't do it.
Right.
And that we did that for a minute. Right. And that already centered me. That made me feel really great. I hope I'm gonna let you know and all of you, I'll let you know if I clench my jaw tonight when I'm sleeping.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And tell me how your day was.
Okay, great. Well, I can't wait to share that with you and all of you. So excited. And again, we placed the link inside of descriptions so that you can join Kristi's free 5-day Make Meditation a Habit.
Yes.
It's webinar series. I'm guessing that's it.
Starts on Monday. Can't wait. It's gonna be great.
So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, everybody. See you in Make Meditation a Habit.